Hello and welcome back to another Pretty HD video. Today we've got another Birmingham City career mode episode, and just before we get started I did want to say, here is the squad report. If you want to see anyone in specific, make sure you click that pause button. It is the January transfer window. Of course, the new month also means that the squad report is here. Reece Oxford doing exponentially well, +4, and he's now a 70 rated player. Would you believe what a top defender he is turning out to be? I've also had many problems with this episode, corruption wise. The last chance I had was to render the file that I had unless I wanted to lose everything that I'd already edited. So there is actually a double render, which may be the cause of a slightly more compressed video resulting in a worse quality. I do apologise for that, but this is a one-off, a complete one-off. It was just a problem that I encountered. For some reason, the editing software just wouldn't let me edit it anymore, so I had to render it out and then do everything again. In the background, though, of course, right now, we've got the Birmingham City Brentford game, which also means that it's going to be a slightly shorter one as well, due to that editing problem. Luckily, I've managed to save it at the last, though. You can see this is another huge one. After the last game in which we played Ipswich, this time we played Brentford, who are just above us. They are 12th. Of course, they are slightly below Ipswich now. Last game was the definition of a mediocre episode. We had such a weird episode at timeout. Hopefully this time out we can tell a bit of a better story. We got one win in the previous episode. Let's hope we can amend that this time round. Right now, though, Brentford are on the attack. If it wasn't for a bit of a last-ditch interception there, it would have been a very big problem. But now Donaldson goes through, and look at that. That was very, very, very close from Clayton Donaldson. Then again, we had another chance. Donaldson's shot is slightly deflected out for a corner kick. Now we've got Barrera on the ball, whipping across, and it is Caddis. Caddis in the middle, back down now. Donaldson heading it back down. It's Caddis again. Caddis! Wow, that was unbelievable, and now it's back out again. What is going on? I have no clue, but that was a hell of a scramble in the penalty area. That truly was a scramble. That is the definition of a penalty area scruff, and in the end we managed to get the goal. It is the man himself, Michael Morrison. No, it's not. It is Keithenbeld. My bad. But what a header that is as well. A really well-directed header. And in the end, it's what we probably deserved after a hell of a scramble a minute ago. We truly, truly deserved that goal because it was just back and forth like ping-pong a moment ago. And now we could be in again here with Magoma on the middle. He is turning in and out. He's trying to weave past the defenders. There's the reverse pass into Barrera. Barrera has gone and done it. We are now 2-0 up. We've doubled our lead with only 30 minutes gone, I believe. I didn't actually catch the time in the top left then, but that was a fantastic finish into the bottom left. That's what we need more of from Barrera, just the simple, sweet finish. And if it wasn't for Kujak there, we probably would have gone 2-1 in that game. But luckily, at halftime, we retain our 2-0 lead. A clean sheet for the first half too, and we draw first blood, which is rare. That doesn't often happen in this career mode at the moment. Of course, in the last game, out of 4 games, we conceded 4 times in a row first. It is Brentford who start the second half in a bit of better form, but we luckily managed to get it back. And again, a wild shot there. We're getting a lot of chances. None of them are very convincing. None of them are genuinely out-and-out top chances. But you can see we do give one huge one away. Reece Oxford conceding a penalty here, and a yellow card is drawn to his name. So he's in the book, Reece Oxford, which is a shame. It was probably a penalty. I did take him down from the side. I just slightly mistimed it. You can see it was very, very close. I was very close to having the ball. It's probably not even my fault. I mean, it's just one of them challenges that you gotta go in for, really, in that situation. And unfortunately, I didn't quite get. But that was so close again from Kujak. I'm not very good at taking penalties, but I'm okay at saving them. Unfortunately, in that situation, though, I didn't quite get it. So our lead is now halved by that goal, and they are right back in it now. But we managed to draw it out to the end of the game. No more chances worth showing for them, and it is a huge, huge victory indeed. I am so happy that we managed to get to the end, really, and deservedly so. Michael Keithenbeld celebrates because at the end of the day, both Barrera's and Keithenbeld's goals there made the difference. 2 goals in the first half. The first half performance was a lot better than the second half. We've got to take more notes from our first half performance in that game, which is good because in previous games, that's not so. Anyway, we are now back in the menus, would you believe? In the January transfer window, we have now invested in youth, and our Scout Future Star, if you can think way back to the beginning of the series months ago now, you might have remembered I did, of course, invest in one, and you never really saw the result of him. But I've been training him behind the scenes, because all the training does go on behind the scenes, of course, and the behind the scenes work has proved worthy. He started off at 58, and now he's 61 already. He's already improved by 3 before even getting promoted into the first squad. He's not that great, but he's a left winger from Argentina, and his name's Octavio Roldan, and he's got medium work rate, 5-star weak foot, which is fantastic, but he's only 16, which means it's the first month that we was able to promote him this time out. I really hope that he can come good for us in the end, because our youth is key, really, in this career mode, in which, well, I mean, he is looking to be a very decent player. He's got great potential, and he really should prove to be a very, very good signing, and a great asset as well, for free. I know the Scout Future Star is a bit debatable, but I just can't afford a youth academy, so I had to get some kind of youth in, and I wanted some kind of fresh youth, which, because I love getting youth players in. It feels great when you find a great youth player, whether he's on the free agents, whether he's from another club, whether it's through your own youth academy. It feels great. But today we've got the first FA Cup draw, of course, because January brings the FA Cup games thick and fast, and it is round 2, I believe, or round 3, it's one of them, and we have Stevenage. Now, this is a team that we can't underestimate. From my past, you will probably know if you've been a long-term subscriber, I'm not great against lower league teams. Never great. I feel like I can go in, I'm pulling out shots like that! That is what we are looking for. Look at that. Was that Robert Tesche? Who even was that? That was fantastic. That was genuinely fantastic. Robert Tesche with a rocket-in shot. That is a screamer. Genuinely. Shots like that, they're what I'm loving at the moment. We seem to be scoring so many much more long-range efforts, and that truly was a brilliant one. Look at that long-range shot. Stevenage have a few chances, but as I was saying before, I was interrupted by Tesche's beauty. In fact, there was a sort of situation a few years back. I seem to do well against these teams. I seem to get a lot of chances. You see Octavio Roldan with one of his first chances there ever in a game. And it goes into half-time, unfortunately, just at 1-0. But, that's one of the problems. I get chances, but I don't ever finish them off. We only are 1-0. It's a quite unstable position. And then what I'm worried about at the moment is that they can just go and snatch a goal straight afterwards. But it is us in the second half who start the game slightly better. But as they intercept our corner attempt, it is down the field for them. But they only reach the halfway line before we once again gain possession of the ball, and it is Keith McFarlane, our striker, youth striker as well, substitute, sub in fact. And if it wasn't for a bit of a wayward shot there by Fabrini, that could have been a great chance. So fantastic challenge as well here, but unfortunately it is well intercepted by the Stevenage team. And if it, again, Lesgins here coming to the rescue, our cup keeper, real big save by our substitute, and it is a huge save indeed. Of course, we are playing a bit of a weaker team, Fabrini being one of the main men who should be influential enough in this game, but unfortunately not so much there, although it was a good attempt with a lovely chip volley. That would have been a very nice goal. Keefton Bell with a little bit of a dodgy touch, but Solomon Artabar now, the left midfielder, does get it, and he gets a cross in. It only manages just to stay in the field of play before going towards the dead ball line, but the keeper saves it very well. Oh my word, my heart skipped a beat. That is one of the best chances Stevenage have had all game. It came in the 19th minute. Luckily for me, for once the luck was on my side, we go down the other end, and to finish this off, we try and get sweaty, and that certainly didn't work. That is the end of the game, and that is the end of the episode. I'm sorry for a premature ending. I know that we've only had 2 games in this episode, but we have had the squad report as well. I know that's not much of an excuse, but that's mainly because of the messed up corruption that happened. Next episode will return to normal, 3 games or more. I do hope you enjoy. Make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe for more FIFA 17 content. Now the 12 days of Christmas is way behind us. Let's look forward to 2017. Mate, I am so ready for this because I want to pump as much content out before my exam period, in which I might not do as much content, which I am warning you now, but that'll be news in a later video. That's currently just a plan for the future.